I might have to hit the Hypnosis here, which not exactly what you would want. YouTube, today we're using a brand new team featuring Blacephalon and Xerneas that was brought to the Japan National Championships and was, I believe, pretty close to actually making the top cut. It's got Rock Blast, Hypnosis, Blacephalon, and I'm assuming it's for Charizard. I don't know if you're actually supposed to click Rock Blast or you're supposed to click Max Rockfall. I think it depends on the Charizard, but with Rock Blast, maybe if lucky, you can maybe snipe a Charty Berry Charizard. Who knows though? We'll find out maybe in this episode, maybe. But if you do enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. If you want to check out the details of the team and the creator down below in the description, and you can grab the rental code on your screen. But let's get started and play some games. Lunala, Groudon, Porygon 2, Incineroar, Venusaur, and Charizard. Okay. Let's see, because I want to bring the Blacephalon here. I think you can put in amazing work. Wait, do I even have Shadow Ball? I have Hypnosis double fire move, right? I'm pretty sure I do. I do. I hope they bring the Charizard. I want to see the Charizard, because Charizard... Oh, man, it would be so nice to see the Charizard here, but I don't know if we're going to see it. I'm going to bring the Blacephalon Incineroar lead, I think, because it covers like a lot of leads, I think, for the most part. And then, am I bringing Xerneas is the question, because Xerneas kind of not necessary, I feel like, in this game. It really doesn't do that much other than it could Geomancy up, but there's like a lot of factors that could slow, that could, it's not really great against. I kind of like the Pollen Puff healing from the Amoonguss with my bulk up Groudon, or just having Amoonguss as a pivot. I think having Amoonguss as a pivot is better than having Xerneas, because I just feel like Xerneas doesn't do much here other than hitting the Incineroar, which could be really nice, but I do have the Groudon for that. So let's try this out. I want to see. Please leave Charizard. I want to get a Rock Blast off into that Charizard. Please. I would love to go for the Rock Blast into Charizard. Actually, I don't know. I know Julio, if this is the Julio I'm thinking of, he's top cut a bunch of recent European events recently with this team, and I don't remember if he runs a Life Orb or not. Venusaur plus Incineroar, okay. I do have an Amoonguss, and I am going to go out into Amoonguss, and I'm probably going to Parting Shot out their Venusaur slot realistically. It covers for the Sleep Powder play into the Blacephalon, and it covers a few other factors. So yeah, I am going to make the Parting Shot play into the Venusaur, and I'm going to, and we'll see. Incineroar is also pretty fast. Okay. It's faster than my Incineroar. That's at least confirmed. My Incineroar has some speed, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. It is a... Oh, wait. I have, like, no speed. Wait. I thought I did have speed. Okay. Let's swap out this into Amoonguss, because we want to pivot this out, especially on a max quick potential. Let's go for that Parting Shot immediately into the Venusaur. I want to slow down that Venusaur. Venusaur is a very scary Pokemon. So we'll bring out our Amoonguss right here on, let's find out. Did they fake out here turn one? If they fake out, it's probably okay. It's not that big of a deal. They do fake out my Instant, okay. And the Venusaur went for Sleep Powder and they target down my Amoonguss. Okay, nice. This turn, I could probably just Spore here into the Incineroar. I Focus Sash, so they have to double it up. And I go for a Parting Shot here, I think, into their Venusaur. Are they gonna... I don't know if they Sleep Powdered the Incineroar, because sure, Incineroar's been carried Shuckberry recently, but Safety Goggles was a very common item with Xerneas' team, so I don't know. I do want a Parting Shot out, though, and Spore the Incineroar slot. I don't think they're Goggles on this team, but maybe they are. They go for the Sleep Powder and risk it. Okay. That's... Well, let's find out what Incineroar is going for. Flare Blitz? Throat Chop. Okay, into my Incineroar. All right. I wonder if I Spore that slot, or do I just Pollen Puff heal my Incineroar? Oh, it's Goggles on their team. Okay. Oh, that's gonna make it a little bit tougher. All right. I think I want a Pollen Puff then. Or do I want to Spore the Venusaur? Thing is, the Venusaur could go for Quake or Vine Lash, and that's really tricky. I think I'm gonna Pollen Puff here, and I'm gonna Flare Blitz. Let's see. I would like damage on the Venusaur. They just stay in Sludge Bomb. Okay, that's actually really good for me because I do get the Pollen Puff off. A Parting Shot out. All right. That's a fair play. Because my Incineroar is now -2, but assuming I do get the Pollen Puff off, this is not terrible. Although they probably just getting Groudon now, and Precipice Blades is going to threaten a lot of damage into my... Oh, they went hard Charizard. Okay. I do have Spore potential. That's very frustrating. Okay, I do get the pollen puff off. Is the draw chop over? I think draw chop only lasts like 2 turns, but I could be mistaken here. Spore into... Oh, yeah, it's over. So I can go for the parting shot here into Venusaur. Okay, this is not that bad. Let's see if they max here with their Charizard or not. They are going to max here. Now, I wonder if they respect the Amoonguss or not, because if they don't respect the Amoonguss, I get a Spore off into a parting shot. And by respect, I mean double into the Amoonguss. I could see it right here, but we'll find out. Also, is this Lumberry Charizard? I just don't know. I just don't know the sets. We already saw the goggles on the Incineroar, so I don't think it is, but we'll find out. Gonna be a Airstream coming out. Okay, no, Wildfire makes sense. Into... Oh, they target Incineroar. That's huge. Unless this is actually Lumberry. Okay. My only problem is that their own Venusaur is actually really annoying here. They go for a Sludge Bomb into my Incineroar. Okay, so they doubled it up, but it's not picking up a knockout. I do wake up finally and get a parting shot off. That's huge. Okay. So that's a huge parting shot off into the Venusaur right here. And I Spore the Charizard. They didn't get a Wildfire off, which is really, really good here. And now I can go out into Blacephalon. And I will go for... I wonder if they have Earth Power or not. I feel like they're probably Protect. So I do get the Spore off in the Charizard. If you're a Lumberry, I mean... What the heck, man? What am I supposed to do? It is actually Lumberry. Okay. You know what my play is here, probably? To dodge the frickin'... Well, actually, I could still Spore. I probably just Spore here to Charizard, and... I can't believe it's actually Lum. And goggles. This is like anti-Amoonguss and anti-Venusaur stuff. Okay. I have to stay in, I'm pretty sure. And I think I'm going to go for a Heat Wave here. Yeah, I kind of have to. They might double into my Amoonguss slot, which is fine. They go for the Wildfire into the Amoonguss. Makes sense. They probably... I just don't know what they're going to do with their Venusaur. Are they doubling up or not? Because that's a pretty big question. I think it's fine, but we'll see. We're going to see a Sludge Bomb double up into the Amoonguss. Okay. I think they probably expected it. All right. Heat Wave does come out finally. We get... It is Sash on the Venusaur. If we get a burn, that'd be really nice, but probably not. Yeah, okay. I'm going out into Incineroar here. Oh, this is going to be super tricky, isn't it? Okay. I see what I have to do, but it's not exactly amazing. I bring in my Incineroar here. I think I have to parting shot out the Charizard, and I think I have to max guard with the Blacephalon. Because I think what's going to happen is Groudon is going to come in. Yeah, I think Groudon comes in here. So I'm going to parting shot and I'm going to max guard. Because what I'm expecting here is Venusaur to swap into Groudon and Airstream to knock out my Blacephalon. That's what I imagine here. And it looks like they went Incineroar instead. Okay. It's still not that bad for me, though. I am going to set up the Sun for them. Incineroar actually might be better for me than if it was... Because it's not Shuka, it's Goggles. So if I can get the Rockfall KO, that actually would be really nice. I need Blacephalon to carry, though. Blacephalon has to carry here. We definitely need to carry. We might even have to dodge. We might have to dodge a Hurricane. This is how bad our position is right now. Max guard. Let's see. Did they take the KO on instant or did they... Oh, I'm getting outplayed every turn. All right. Incineroar goes down. Is it a winnable game? Yes. Is it likely? Tough to say. So we go on a Groudon now. I mean, they might also just go for the last ditch Blast Burn into the Groudon. If that's the case, Rockfall is well, Rockfall is always my best play here into the Charizard. So yeah, I am going to go for the Rockfall and the Charizard and Protect. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to Protect here. We're going to go for the Rockfall into the Charizard. At least we get a Rockfall off into the Charizard, unless they Hurricane my Charizard. Are they going to Throw Chop, though? I think that's the big question. And how much is that going to actually do to me? Because Blacephalon is not exactly the bulkiest Pokemon out there. We protect our Groudon. We're going to see Heat Wave. I could have went for the Blades there. Okay. That's a lot of damage. All right, Rockfall into the Charizard. Can we pick up a knockout right here? We do knock out the Charizard. Okay. But it's not looking great for my Blacephalon right now if this is a throw chop double up. I mean, on the bright side, maybe Groudon could win. Beast boost, special attack. Okay. That's if only Incineroar doesn't throw chop. But yeah, they did go for the throw chop right there. Okay. I can win if Venusaur misses an attack right here. And that's the sad reality of this right now. That's the very sad reality of this right now. Wildfire is still building up. Is that the last turn? No, there's like 2 more turns of Wildfire. Or 1 more turn of Wildfire at least, I'm pretty sure. Venusaur into Groudon, I'd imagine is going to be the combo. If they go hard at Groudon, they could go hard Groudon too. But yeah, they go hard Venusaur. Okay. I need a Venusaur to miss an attack. I have not been lucky with like these sleep powder, but yeah, if we could, that'd be really nice. Sandstorm. Do I bulk up? This is tricky. I think I bulk up here. No, they should always go Groudon here. Do I need to bulk up now? I guess I could bulk up later. It depends on if their Groudon has Sword Stance or not, because they could fake out Sword Stance the following turn. But I'd have to risk dodging 2 attacks with Venusaur. It's already pretty low of a chance of an endgame, but they go for the parting shot here. Okay. Into my Groudon. I need my Groudon to dodge here. I need my Groudon to dodge. Because if my Groudon doesn't dodge, this game's over. A Groudon comes out for their side, which is going to bring the Sun and then the Chlorophyll. If I get a Blades off into the Venusaur and dodge whatever attack this is, that'd be really nice, but they hit the Leaf Storm. All right. What went wrong? I mean, the Sleep Powder 3 turns was really unfortunate. What else could have gone better? I mean, I guess like the fact that they were both Goggles and Lumberry. I didn't know that. If it was like the Charty Berry, if it was a Life Orb, I felt like my Charizard position was really good. I guess one thing I could have noted was since they doubled up the Amoonguss, I guess I could have protected the Amoonguss at 1 turn because I played with the Amoonguss super aggressively, so they might have suspected it was a Focus Sash right there. And if I was able to preserve the Amoonguss for 1 extra turn, it would have actually been a pretty big difference, I think, for the most part. So I think I could have actually done that and it would have put me in a way better spot. So looking back at it, I think the like playing aggressive with Amoonguss the first time was great, but playing aggressive with the second time was not amazing for me right there. So I think I should have went for the Spore. I guess another play was just max guarding, and I think I let my Incineroar go down, which was really unfortunate, but I had no idea which slot they were targeting. So because I was thinking maybe they just go Groudon, go for the Airstream, they get the Solar Power, they KO the Blacephalon, and then yeah, like I'm pretty sure that would OHKO the Blacephalon through Dynamax because of how powerful Charizard Solar Beam is. But they did another option, which was the Incineroar. I think both plays were fair. I had to call that one specifically, and I think like it could have been either way. So I don't think it was like, I don't think I could have called which one. It would have had to be like I had to just go for the gut, and I just got that one wrong. So I think the Amoonguss protecting was probably my best play that I could have made that I could change. But yeah, just Sleep Powder was just really hard for me to handle realistically, and yeah, that's just the thing. Like I brought Amoonguss to help out a little bit, but they had so many anti-sleep techs, which just definitely hurt me. Having both Goggles and Lumberry on the Charizard and Incineroar just really screwed me over right there. It might have made just Amoonguss less valuable at that point because I can't Rage Powder attacks from Venusaur. But yeah, it just was really tricky, I think, because my Amoonguss just couldn't do anything really in that matchup other than try to redirect. But Venusaur Sleep Powder just kind of made it really difficult for me to maneuver. Kyogre, Zacian, Rillaboom, Grimmsnarl, and Incineroar, Regieleki. This matchup, kind of a very unique one right here. The Blastoise is Weather Ball, so I can hit the Rillaboom with Max Flare if I want to. I don't know if that would exactly be a great play here, though. I think probably they're going to lead anti-Xerneas stuff because Xerneas, of course, is a massive threat to their team. Wonder if I could lead something like Blacephalon and Threaten, but Eleki Zacian is just super scary. I guess if they lead that, Groudon's actually the optimal play here, right? Groudon plus Incineroar actually might be the ideal lead here. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try Groudon plus Incineroar. It's a little bit greedy, but I think it works because even if Kyogre does lead here, I should have the Sun up at least, so it's not as bad. And in the back, I think I definitely bring the Xerneas, and I want to say it's the Amoonguss. I think Amoonguss redirection actually might be really important for pivoting around this team. Spore, of course, could be really nice to help out against Kyogre. Let's find out, though, because there are a few things that could go considerably wrong right here. However, we'll just play it out and see how it goes, because I'm really worried about the Kyogre. Kyogre is going to be a very big problem, of course, and the Zacian if it's in a good position. We're going to see the Grimmsnarl and the Kyogre, though. Okay, I let Groudon here. Not expecting this one. Okay. So I lead Incineroar and Groudon as they lead Kyogre. They do have the Drizzle, okay, as we do bring the Drought. I am not risking a Geyser. They might Hailstorm here, but I think it's more likely that they just attempt a Geyser right here. I'm just going to Parting Shot out the Kyogre, and I'm going to swap to Amoonguss, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they target down the Incineroar. They could. But kind of have to call it either way, and I feel like saving Groudon's definitely very, very valuable right here. So let's go for that Parting Shot right here on maybe a Reflect and a Geyser coming out, or maybe they're going to trick a Grimmsnarl. That could be an option. I don't know if they have Fake Out on this team. We'll see, I guess. We will bring out our Amoonguss here. We're going to see the Kyogre does Dynamax here. Okay, so Kyogre is going to be their main Dynamax Pokemon. Let's find out. What are you going to go for? Hailstorm, Geyser. This is a really important turn, because we do go for the Geyser. Pretty good spot for me. I can go into Groudon, or I can go back into my Xerneas. I could go into Xerneas and then like Protect Spore, or I like just have so many mind games that I could play there. We're gonna see Reflect come out. Yep, that's no surprise there because of Max Quakes, and that would do a lot of damage to the Kyogre. We're gonna see a Geyser, hopefully into the Amoonguss, because that would be really ideal here, but it is targeting the Incineroar. Okay, very fair, but I am able to hang on. Is that Life Orb? I feel like Life Orb should have done more. Is that Mystic Water or Salt Vest? I guess it's probably that case. I am able to get the Parting Shot off, though, into the Kyogre, and now we're in a really, really fantastic spot. As I have a few plays I could go for. Protect Spore. I could go for a... Yeah, I think Protect Spore is probably like my best option here. Like, I just don't see a reason why I wouldn't go for Protect Spore here. Unless they go into Zacian. I guess actually no. There is one play that could screw me over there, which is switch out Grimmsnarl into Zacian and Max Lightning here, and that's definitely an option here, I suppose. If that's the case, I want a Geomancy here. I guess Rage Power Geomancy is just better then. If that's the play I'm expecting, then Geomancy here is better. Yeah, because I would rather have the Geomancy up right now. Okay, let's find out. Then again, I guess I could Rage Powder to Zacian, so it's not even that big of a deal. I guess I could have just went for the Spore. All right. This covers for a Trick Play, though, so let's find out if that's going to be a Trick Play. We're going to see a Thunder Wave. Okay. Into the Amoonguss. Not ideal, but still playable. And then what's the Kyogre going for? Is it the... I would say you go for the Max Lightning here, because would you really risk the Spore threat from the Amoonguss? Because I feel like you should never risk the Spore threat from Amoonguss. If you risk the Spore threat, it's so bad for you if you get Spored here. Like, if I Protect Spored and they went for like a Geyser or a Hailstorm along with the Thunder Wave play, it just doesn't seem like you would be in a good spot at all. Yeah, it is Max Lightning. Okay, so I did call that right. They do target down the Amoonguss, which I am going to be able to tank very comfortably here. And now I think I go for a Rage Powder with Amoonguss. I could go in Incineroar here too, but I think I might have to risk it. Yeah, I think I'd rather risk it here. The reason I'd rather risk it is because if I get the Moonblast off into the Grimmsnarl, I feel like I'm in a way better spot. Although if it's Thunder Wave screens, you want to assume it doesn't have Trick at this point, so I might as well go for the sub here. Did they get a Light Screen up yet, actually? They did not, so maybe I should KO them before they get a Light Screen up, actually. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, I don't need to sub up yet. Nice, we don't get parried. Thankfully, I feel like I probably had to play through one pair at least. I might have to play through multiple, but we'll find out. They do go for a Light Screen, so I could have just subbed here, I guess, and then Moonblasted. Okay, that's still not even that bad, realistically. We are going to be able to get a Moonblast off into the Grimmsnarl and pick up the knockdown of Grimmsnarl, which we should. Yep, Grimmsnarl goes down. Perfect. And even if they have Light Screen up, my Groudon Dynamax is looking super solid in the back. They Hailstorm here, which means they weaken the power of their own Geyser, so this is still really good. Amoonguss is able to tank the attack just fine here. Okay. Now the question is, do I sack Amoonguss or do I keep it around? I'm more in favor of probably sacking the Amoonguss because the Amoonguss doesn't really accomplish much here for me, I think, in the remainder of this game. Although I could go Incineroar, but I just don't... I feel like keeping Incineroar around in case the Rillaboom's in the back is actually like really ideal here. We do see the Zacian come in. All right, I'm protecting, I think, and... I think I sack him. The only problem, I don't think this is sub Zacian though. I feel like this is probably just 3 attacks, like the standard one. I think I just go for a protect and I go for a kind of tricky. I mean, Incineroar sack isn't technically bad, but I just don't think it's ideal. I think like I want it for the... I think it's better for the... Yeah, I think I'd rather just Pollen Puff here and protect. If they don't take the KO on my on my Amoonguss this turn, I should still be pretty okay here because I could probably just sub and Rage Power the following turn. But let's see. They Behemoth Blade my Xerneas, makes a lot of sense. Are they taking the knockout? They go for Water Spout. Okay. Next turn I can go for sub here, and then I can go for the Max Quake into the Zacian. I feel like that's a really safe and solid option, right? Okay, there's Hail. I was like, wait, Amoonguss survived that. At least I get some more chip into the Kyogre, so the... yeah, gained a more chip into Kyogre. That should be a Solvus Kyogre. Like, it's really not doing much damage, but it did tank my attack really well, even with Light Screen. And even if Pollen Puff is pretty weak, I still think that should be Light Screen. So, or Assault Vest. So now we go into Groudon, we go for the Quakes, and subbing up with the Xerneas right here. We also boost our Xerneas to special defense, which is really nice. And with the Sun Up, they really can't do much damage. They can't freeze us, which is really nice. And yeah, like if they want to break the sub, I think they have to go for a Thunder out of the rain here. I'm pretty sure. So we will go for the Quake here, and we're going to go for the sub. Granted, we won't get the Quake boost until after the Kyogre moves, but still pretty okay. Especially like, let's see, Kyogre switching out, which is ideal here. Is this Rillaboom? No, Incineroar. Okay, so safe Incineroar play, but the sub here is just going to really pay off, because we just get so much momentum. And next time we can just protect and go for a Quake here. And yeah, like it's looking really rough, I think, for our opponent to actually come back in this. Xerneas just making it really difficult. And I think sub Xerneas, we've seen sub Xerneas do really well before, but sub Xerneas is just like fantastic because even if like Zacian is so much of a threat, but if you can like protect the Xerneas from Behemoth Blades and stall it out while your remaining Pokemon take care of the Zacian, it's so solid right here. We will sub up. If they protect it with the Zacian, oh boy, that would have been disastrous for them. But they're probably always going for the Blade here into the Xerneas. And that's exactly what they do here. Now I can protect the following turn on a Fake Out and Blade scenario. And it's looking really rough for them to actually counter it here. So yeah. Beautiful. And that was a crit too, but that's okay. I don't think -1 Quake knocks out Zacian if I'm not mistaken, but I guess we'll find out together if it does. I don't expect it to. Yeah, especially with Reflect Up. Yeah, we don't KO, but now we can just protect. We can go for a Quake here, and yeah, we're in a super solid spot. I could also Quake the Incineroar, but I feel like it's just not worth it. I think it's always Quake here, and I think Protect is always my play here. I'm trying to think about like how much Flare Blitz is going to do, because Flare Blitz could definitely be a play from them. I guess I just Quake the... I think I Quake the Zacian, put it in range of the Moonblast guaranteed from Xerneas, and then I could Rockfall to get rid of the Sun, so their fire move is doing less damage. They're going to go for Blade into Groudon. That makes a lot of sense here. Wait, actually, no, that's just really good for me at that point. Are they just going to lose off this? Because I think they do. Because I'm able... Well... If they Parting Shot my Groudon here, they do get a free swap to Kyogre under Fake Out. But they have to like crit my Xerneas. Oh boy, this might come down to, does Kyogre crit me now? I do get the Quake boost off with my Xerneas, so now I'm at +2 right here. They do Parting Shot, which makes a lot of sense here. Okay. Do I value the Sun? I feel like I do, right? Because I feel like Water Spout probably finishes off my Groudon here. I think I go Incineroar. I guess it's kind of tricky after all. As with that Light Screen, this Xerneas is going to actually do not as much as I would really like towards this end game. I mean, I always go for what? A double protect here? I always go for a double protect here, I'm pretty sure. And then what do I do with the Groudon slot? Am I going to switch out or am I going to go for the Intimidate right here? Because I feel like either way is kind of an okay spot. Maybe I should have Quaked the Incin, because they would have been in an awkward situation, I think, the next turn. But let's see. Do I believe Groudon at +2 special defense could lift a water move? Potentially. I think it's better to go for the Quake here. Is it? I mean, Origin Pulse is not going to do too much. How many times the screens do they have left, I guess? They have quite a few. And Groudon's not going to be able to get an attack most likely in the rest of the game. So yeah, I'm going to max Quake here. I'm going to go for the double protect. Let's find out. We go for the double fails. This is going to be... Wait, hold on. We're like +4 special defense, actually. No, we should be fine with the Xerneas, at least. Water Spout comes out. Groudon survives too, which is really ideal here. Nice. And we are going to be able to get a max Quake off into the Kyogre, which means Water Spout's no longer an option, really. Okay, nice. Okay. Also, one more turn of Reflect upcoming. I guess if that's the case, this is still a little bit questionable. 3 turns of rain. I'm at -3 attack. It's okay. I don't want to get a... I think I want to get the free switch here. So I think I'm going to Blades here, and I think I'm going to Protect here. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to rain up because it's preventing the Incineroar from doing too much. I'm stalling out the screens here. And then I should be able to beat their Incineroar, I think, with the help of my Incineroar's Intimidate alongside the Xerneas. Let's see. The Origin Pulse is going to be fired off once again. Going to target down to the Groudon. Okay. Ooh, endgame could be a little bit scary. We'll find out. Flare Blitz into the Xerneas. Because I am risking crit, I am risking Flare Blitz and Burn, and we'll find out. I am bringing out my Xerneas, or my Incineroar though. Fake Out Pressure is now available. Reflect is gone, so Fake Out's going to do a bit more to the Kyogre. If Fake Out and a Moonblast, 2 Moonblast is a 2-shot, I should have this game, I think. Ooh, it's a little bit questionable. Let's go for that Fake Out into it, and should I sub here? No, I should always Moonblast. I should always Moonblast here. Also, I have enough HP for a sub. 52 should be that benchmark. A Fake Out here. Or 51. I think it's 51. Moonblast going to come out here into the Kyogre. Okay, yeah. Snarl. Actually, that's better for us. Yeah, that's better for us. All right. I wish we had Throat Chop, but that's still better for us because now we can Moonblast the Kyogre and they can't Flare Blitz knock out my Xerneas right now. Okay. So we go for our Darkest Lariat. Or do we Parting Shot here? There's Incineroar is at -1. I guess I could Parting Shot here. And I go for the Moonblast. Yeah. Because Flare Blitz might not KO the following turn. And then there's also some mind games with me having the option to protect the Xerneas and go for another Parting Shot to maybe let the Flare Blitz. I do want to stall out. I mean, this should be the last turn of Light Screen. Oh boy, this is really close. Moonblast going to come out into the Kyogre. Do we finish off the Well, we do finish off the Kyogre here, but does Incineroar finish my Xerneas off here? Or does it go for Snarl again? Parting Shot into the Incineroar. Nice. We're actually faster than their Incineroar, which is actually really good. Unless it's a speed tie, which it could be, I suppose. They go for another Snarl. Okay. So they went for another Snarl. They crit my Xerneas, which is very unfortunate here. Because now I think I'm still going down to Flare Blitz at the end of the day. All right. That's really not good. Rain stops. Light Screen did wear off for them, so that's really good. So this is still like a Moonblast. Should still do... Depends on how bulky their Incineroar is, but we should be doing a lot. I'm protecting Darkest Lariating. Let's find out. Protect the Xerneas. Lariat their Incineroar. I don't want to take the recoil just yet, so let's see how much damage this does to the Xerneas. I mean, to the Incineroar. Not bad. Okay, they Flare Blitz my Xerneas. Okay, good to know. Good to know. We're gonna go for... I mean, I guess I could have Parting Shot again, but I think with Moonblast plus Lariats, I think I do more damage. We'll find out. Because I expect this to do like 50%. Yeah, like a lot. It's a berry though. It's the worst case. It wasn't the shucca berry, it's the citrus berry. That's actually worst case. Darkest Lair are going to come out here into the Incineroar. Okay, this is really going to come down to how much this Incineroar is doing in general. Really good damage to their Incineroar for critical hit. Okay, that's really nice. Flare Blitz into my Xerneas. If this doesn't KO, I just win the game. It does KO. Okay, they take a bit of recoil. I think Darkest Lair on the Flare Blitz just wins me the game. I'm pretty sure. It seems my Incineroar is just a faster one at this point. As long as they don't crit me here, I should win the game here. Yeah. Incineroar staring down each other as the last mons, but I should have this game sealed, I'm pretty sure. I don't see how... Again, as long as there's no crit. Are you gonna crit me? Are you gonna crit me? I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for the crit. Like, I can feel it. I mean, they could try to timer stall, but I'm pretty sure... Actually, I don't even know who wins that timer stall war. They have to crit Flare Blitz. That's all I know. Darkest Lair out into their Incineroar. Now I go for the Flare Blitz next turn. They're gonna go for their Flare Blitz, but let's find out. Do you crit? You don't. Okay. Whew. All right. Beautiful. Flare Blitz will finish off the Incineroar, and that will be a good game. So, oh, that got a little bit scary towards the end game. They made a really good read by not going for the fake out and the Behemoth Blade and expected to protect and was able to position the Kyogre to give them the best possible odds of winning the game. Thankfully, we didn't get crit at all for most of that. I don't think the crit on there, like we crit them one time with Dark Set. I don't think that actually mattered because I'm pretty sure like I would have just like Flare Blitz would have just finished it anyway. But yeah, especially after the recoil, it looked like I'm pretty sure like Flare Blitz would have done enough to their Incineroar, but. Oh, that was a little bit scary. I felt like in the first couple turns definitely did really pay off. Thankfully, we didn't get the... I think every little bit of hits really did matter in that. I think the only play I could have made is maybe like go more aggressively there because I was playing a bit too obvious, I think, with the Xerneas at that point. So they capitalized getting the damage off of the Groudon, which was also a Pokemon that they had to deal with because it was also a massive threat to them. So I think I could have probably played a little bit more aggressive and that would have made the end game so much easier. But I think overall... it seemed pretty solid, especially with a +4 Xerneas at that point against the Kyogre. The Origin Bolt still did do a lot more damage, but I guess that's just Kyogre for you. Charizard, Lapras, Zacian, Groudon, Incineroar, Rillaboom. This is... Wait, is this the Ice Shard policy stuff with the Lapras? I feel like I've seen this before. It might be. Yeah, it might be. Okay, so I do have to be a little bit cautious of that. I think my lead is probably related to Incineroar lead with Blacephalon here. I kind of hope that they lead to Charizard realistically, because I think the Charizard is a bigger threat right here. But we'll find out. I think I want to bring Groudon because I could see myself actually going with like... I feel like I always bring Groudon. I kind of want to bring a Moongus, but I feel like it's never to play here. Yeah. I think I just go Groudon Xerneas because like if they lead like Lapras Groudon, I could see myself getting into position where they're going to Quake turn 1. They're going to Ice Shard probably. And then I could find myself getting a position with like Parting Shot and just going for like a big Mind Blown for a huge amount of damage to their team. Or I could fake out Mind Blown. I'd take a lot with Incineroar, but... I guess it just really depends because I'm not 100% sure. But I could see myself trying to redirect the attack from my Xerneas and getting a Geomancy up, which is why I consider it. But you know what? Groudon's still really good here, and I think Xerneas, of course, is fantastic. So let's see how this is going to be approached because if they lead to Charizard, I'm very happy. I have Rock Blast for a reason. I would really like to go for that Rock Blast combination, but... we'll see. They might not go to Lapras mode because I do have the Amoonguss with Rage Powder redirection as a threat, but we'll find out. It's gonna be Rillaboom Lapras. Okay, this is a very interesting lead. Okay. So I'd imagine you're definitely going to swap out the Rillaboom because the Rillaboom looking like... Well, here's the thing. Do you even have a switch? I guess you have Incineroar as the switch, but really you don't have anything otherwise. So I don't know. I mean, I think my best play is just the Parting Shots, the Rillaboom slots, and try to catch whatever's coming in with a Parting Shot. And do I Hypnosis the Lapras? Is that my play here? I can see myself going for it. It wouldn't be that bad. You know what? I have it right here. I could also just Heat Wave, or I could go for the Dynamax here, but I feel like early Dynamax isn't really necessary. You know what? I'll go for it. I'm going to click the Hypnosis. I might as well. I have it. I'm going to try it. I don't lose off this turn 1, I think, because then I, like, even if I, like, get Geysered or something, I think it's completely fine. I think I get, like, the Xerneas in, and it's really hard for them. They stay in with the Rillaboom. I guess they're like, okay, I don't have a switch, so I'm gonna have to go here. I guess if it's Zacian Ground on the back, that makes sense though. So maybe I should have targeted down the Rillaboom slot, or just went for that Max Flare, but the Lapras does go for the Gigantamax here. Okay, I might have to hit the Hypnosis here, which not exactly what you would want. We see, oh, Rillaboom has Protect. That's an interesting one here. Okay, I missed a Hypnosis. I am very not surprised about that. We're gonna see a Max Geyser come out into my, well, that's a pretty big shame. That's a pretty big shame right there, unfortunately. Blacephalon just gonna go down immediately. Is this still winnable? Very much so. Is it a good position? It really depends, as I really expected the Rillaboom to swap there. Okay, but then again, it kind of makes sense looking back at it. I think I just go hard into my Xerneas now, and I Geomancy, and I swap out the Incineroar and the Groudon here, and then probably pivot back into Incineroar. It's a tricky spot, but it's definitely a doable game. So we're going out into our Groudon here, and we're clicking Geomancy. Yeah, maybe not my best decision, but if I did hit the Hypnosis, I was still in a really good spot. A Max Flare, I guess, could have put me in a pretty okay position as well, and maybe I should have just went for it, because Max Flare would have weakened the power of that Max Geyser, and then I could have maybe like got Groudon back in and just like nuked the Lapras, for instance, like super early on. Instead, I kind of took a little bit of a gamble, and unfortunately did risk it right there, and the gamble did not pay off. So let's go for that Geomancy. I was like, you know what? Let's click it. And that's exactly why I do not bring those moves like Hypnosis or Sleep Powder to it. Because I have a feeling I'm not going to play it, or not going to land it. But, you know, felt like I wanted to try something different than like the safe play, you know? But I am getting punished for it. Groudon going to come in, bring up the Sun, and get the Geomancy off with the Xerneas. So this Lapras should be doing like no damage to me, other than maybe the target Groudon will probably be 50%. We do get the Geomancy off here. I'm a little bit scared because the Rillaboom didn't go for Glide. If it went for a knockoff or U-turn, this is fine. But if this is with Hammer, or even, well, Drum Beating shouldn't be that big of an issue. It could be though if the Zacian's max speed, but yeah, we do get the Geomancy off. Okay. Let's see what they're going to do with the Lapras. Are they going to go for the Geyser into the Groudon or not? Because that's a big one here. They did go for the Wood Hammer. Okay. Oh, they targeted the Groudon. Okay, they probably caught the Groudon on the switch then. Is this a double up? They Resonance the Incineroar slot? No, they targeted the Xerneas. Okay. Wait, no, that's still playable for me. That's still playable for me. Okay. It's not great, but it's playable. Okay. Am I Dynamax and Incineroar in the endgame? I feel like I am. I think I probably KO'd a Rillaboom with Moonblast at the range, especially after the recall. I'm actually getting some pretty good recovery from the leftovers and the grassy terrain. I'm going to go for the Moonblast into the Rillaboom slot, and I'm just going to protect the Groudon here, because I don't think Lapras is that much of a threat outside of the Max right here. And yeah, I just don't really see it as that much of a threat. Let's figure this out though, because I definitely will probably have to steer here a little bit. I wonder if I could find a position. Let's see, because if I kill the Rillaboom here and Zacian comes in, I wonder if I could just sub on the Zacian and go for a Precipice Blades, get the chip damage into Zacian to maybe put into range of a Starfall, because that could also be an out right there, while covering for the Lapras, going for the Hydro Pump to cover the Incineroar switch on my Groudon, because I could see that happening the upcoming turns. We protect Groudon, because we do want Groudon still around. We're going to see a Grassy Glide come out into the Groudon. Okay, that's really nice here. We are going to go for that Moonblast into the Rillaboom. I wonder if that was a double up here, but yeah, we do get the knockout Rillaboom. Really good here. And what are you doing with the Lapras? Going for the Geyser. That's completely okay. Going to target down my Groudon. Okay, really nice, really nice. Beautiful. I guess they want to just well, they have Zacian to deal with my Xerneas, so it makes a lot of sense here. Rain is up. I should be okay though. This grassy terrain with the leftovers healing the Groudon quite a bit. I don't think it's ever my best play to go to Incin here immediately on the Hydro Pump potentially. So I think I just sub up with Xerneas and then I just wait out for my Incineroar to get the free switch and then I could go for like max flares afterward. Let's see what they're gonna do, because I think it should be Zacian coming in. If it's Groudon, this is a little bit weird, but it's actually probably more playable to where I might even want to Dynamax my Xerneas at that point. I wonder what the items are. That's a big one, because the Groudon item is going to actually be pretty big, whether it's like Assault Vest to take my Xerneas attacks better. As Zacian comes in, not too surprising here. I'm going to go for the blades here, and I'm going to go for a sub here. I think that's always the best play, because if they don't target my Xerneas, I feel like it's a pretty tough spot for them, because I do have the Xerneas behind the sub. So yeah, we're going to go for the Precipice Blades here. We're going to go for the sub here. And let's see what they decide to do. Did they target my Groudon? I don't know if Lapras Hydro Pump breaks the sub. It is in the rain, but I am at +2 special defense. It's kind of close right here. I do get a sub up with Xerneas to help protect it, instead of just going for the protect and not getting anything if they blade the Groudon slot this turn. We do see the blade coming out here. It's going to target down my sub. Okay, nice. Quake wouldn't knock out the Zacian unless I went for the... Yeah, Quake wouldn't knocked out the Zacian, so this works out beautifully here. Okay. Precipice Blades, pretty big damage. Okay, excellent. Into both. Really, really solid damage into Zacian. I wonder if Starfall could KO. Oh, that's a very, very nice Hydro Pump miss right there, actually. That's a very, very nice Hydro Pump miss. Ooh, can I heal enough to beat the Zacian? Oh, wait, hold on. This grassy terrain leftovers is just popping off right now. This grassy terrain leftovers is popping off right now, health-wise. Okay. I wonder if Starfall could also knock out the Lapras too, because that is also another option I can consider. I think double protecting is fine here. Yeah, I think double protecting is fine here. Yeah, because they're not going to... Yeah, I think double protect is fine here. They're probably just going to make the same play or potentially just blade the Groudon this time, which I think is okay for me here. So I will protect my Xerneas. We're going to see a... Because I also stall out a Roar Veil turns as well, which is also a pretty big one. I want to find out if this is Light Clay Lapras or not. I guess I could worry about a Perish Song endgame potentially, but we'll see. They keep turning down the Xerneas and Hydro Pumping the Groudon, so if they're going to continue to make that play, I always go for Sub and Blades here because they don't really get any rewards off here. So... this is looking like a mistake for their part. The blade also might not knock out the Groudon now that I've recovered enough health thanks to the grassy terrain and the leftovers. Otherwise, I would have probably had to bring in the Incineroar and I would have had to Dynamax, and could have been some interesting interactions for sure. Grassy terrain disappears. It looks like, well, they went for Geyser turn 1, right? Yeah, so we don't know if it's a Light Clay or not, but we are going to click Precipice Blades here. We're going to go for the sub once again. Let's see, because this is a big moment of truth. Zacian could protect here, but if Zacian protects here, that's completely okay, because then I just fake out the Zacian the next turn and just Moonblast the Lapras. Especially with the Lapras taking a lot of chip from earlier, we should be good. So sub here, Blade once again. Okay. Perish Song Lapras is the only thing I'm a little bit scared about. They target my Xerneas. Okay, good start, good start. Please hit the blade, Groudon. Just hit the blade into the Zacian. You don't have to hit the Lapras, just into Zacian. Just into Zacian. Okay. That's good enough. That's good enough. Blade into the Zacian. It does pick up the knockout right there. We're going to find out if this is Light Clay Lapras or not. I got to prevent Perish Song if it is an option here. Okay. I guess I can't hit Hypnosis, but they can't hit Hydro Pump. Not complaining there at all then. Aurora Veil wears off. Okay, so I think I would have probably had like a really solid position, because I think Starfall Xerneas actually just cleaned up at this point. We're gonna see the Groudon come in, and it should be a very comfortable just Starfall the Lapras and switch to Incin. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think like that's pretty comfortable for the most part. I don't see how I would lose off that. But they can't perish either. I guess I could Starfall the Groudon, but if I could see myself Starfalling either slot here, I guess. Oh, I guess there's one thing that could screw me over. If the Lapras is the Ice Shard and the Groudon does go for the Precipice Blades on the last ditch effort. No, I always Starfall the Groudon actually. I just don't remember if that this is that team, but that has been a thing on ladder before. So I'm bringing out the Incineroar. I'm going for the Starfall here because I'm not risking +1 press display. It's just knocking out my Incineroar and my Xerneas here. If it's Assault Vest, I should still have like a very high chance of winning this game anyway, especially since they can't win off Parasong this turn because my Groudon's still around. So let's find out here. Let's find out. We will Dynamax our Xerneas, which has lasted a long time on the field thanks to Substitute. Substitute, just a really solid move right here, stalling out the Zacian, of course. We normally see it on the Zacian, but it really worked out on the Xerneas there. We are Dynamaxing Xerneas. Let's see. Oh, they did go for it. Okay. I got him. Got him. All right, perfect. So it was the policy stuff. That was the exact way I lost, and this is exactly why I went for the Starfall into the Groudon. And yeah, okay. Ooh. Thankfully, I thought about that. I thought about that back. The Lapras had no offensive pressure. It can't freeze in the sun, thankfully, and the Parasong wasn't available to them. So the Starfall does come out into Groudon, and we are able to seal up the game right there. We can go for a Fake Out in the Lapras. We can go for a Starfall. They can't Parasong win. They can't freeze us for a win con. I don't even know if they live a Starfall or a Moonblast coming up, and they're going to forfeit the game. So oh man, turn one. It looked really bad. Hypnosis Miss into a Blacephalon that was just lost, which probably kind of swept their team realistically. I could have just swept with Blacephalon, but didn't exactly go that way. But thankfully, with a bit of Xerneas and Groudon, a little bit of payback, I guess, a little bit of justice with the double Hydro Pump miss. Granted, we're all running very inaccurate moves anyway at the end of the day, but because we can't hit all of them. I don't think the second one really was necessary, but the first one, of course, really did help out right there. And then I was just able to like stall out the Zacian's Blaze that returning down at the Xerneas slot, and I was just able to have Xerneas behind a sub and just be able to go for like a late game, like knock out the Zacian with the Groudon because they weren't able to knock out the Groudon, and then the Moonblast were able to clean up with the Xerneas or the Starfalls in the late game. So even though it looked really bad on that turn one, it still was able to find a win con. And that is the show. Unfortunately for Blacephalon, a little bit struggling right there. And yeah, it's just awkward with its speed stat and Venusaur Sleep Powder, and the fact that they gave it Earth Power. Why did they give that thing Earth Power? Was rated just so difficult to find a position for Blacephalon, really. But like, it really could have gone in. It does a lot of damage realistically, and Hypnosis, I don't know if I really like this move, but yeah, maybe could have came in clutch. But if you did enjoy today's video, though, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It does help me out. If you want to check out the details of the team and the creator down below in the description, and you can grab the rental code right here on your screen. And why not check out the rest of my Series 12 content, where I use a lot of cool teams, a lot of fun Pokemon, such as the other Japan Nationals showcases that I've been doing. But otherwise, that's going to be it for me. Have a great day, people, and until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.